Hello everyone, Caitlin here from Enso Theater Ensemble, and for today's daily mindfulness video, I wanted to do a video that was specifically geared towards anyone that is living completely alone right now, meaning we are all isolated, but you in particular are very, very isolated right now, and for many of us that can be really, really hard. So what I have a very short mindfulness practice with a little bit of a mantra and some breath connected to it. And then at the end, I have 3 tips for routines, mindfulness routines that you can implement on a daily basis to keep you sane and provide some sort of structure during this very weird, uncertain period of time. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to light my candle here. And again, the candle represents this moment of self-care that we are creating for ourselves. And at the end, we will blow it out and release that good, beautiful energy that we created during our practice out into the world. So wherever you are, go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Get a very comfortable seat. You can sit on the floor like I am, or you can sit on a chair or a couch. Just make sure that your spine is upright, not in like intense upright, just relaxed and upright would be great. And I invite you to cast your eyes downward or to close your eyes completely. And we're going to take 3 big deep breaths in. So you're going to breathe all the way up to the very, very top, the full capacity of your lungs, and then we're going to hold for just a beat. And then you're going to exhale all of that out completely. Okay, here we go. It's going to look like this. And hold. And exhale. And hold. And inhale. And hold. And exhale. And hold. And inhale. And hold. And exhale. Good, release that. Welcome breath back in. Allow yourself to breathe normally. And I invite you to bring one hand to your heart center. And just notice where your mind is at today. If you notice any judgment arising coming from wherever you're at today, so things like, oh my gosh, like my mind is all over the place and I need to relax. Just notice that and let that one go too. It's okay. It's okay to be tense right now. It's okay to be stressed out. It's okay if your mind is all over the place. It's also okay if you check in and you're like, I'm not thinking about anything. Is that weird? No, it's not weird. It's okay. Just notice it and let it be and breathe. And if you feel so inclined, I invite you to repeat either out loud or just in your own mind the following mantra. It goes like this. I am here. I am not my thoughts. I am exactly where I need to be in this moment. So again, that's I am here. I am not my thoughts. And then lastly, I am exactly where I need to be in this moment. And you can do each one on an inhale and an exhale if you like, something like this. I am here. I am not my thoughts. I am exactly where I need to be in this moment. Really lovely. And with that, you're just going to gently come back to the breath. One more big inhale in all the way to the top. And big release, let something go. Oh, that felt so good. Let's do that one more time. Big inhale. Big exhale, let something go. Beautiful. Really nice. There you go. Very short, very sweet, very quick. A couple of breaths, and that mantra, I am here, I am not my thoughts, I am exactly where I need to be right now. So here are some ideas for those of you who are in completely isolated quarantine right now. So 3 things. The first is daily connections with someone that can respond. And I recommend with all of these that the intention be to create a routine for the week, not for the month, because we don't know what's going to happen in a month. But for this week, create small actions that can become a regular routine. So for example, every day I would recommend connecting with someone that can respond to you, and it can be 5 minutes. It can be, I'm going to text my mom every morning. And maybe what you do is you create a list. So write down a list of all the people in your life that you feel like you can reach out to for the next couple of weeks, that by text or phone or FaceTime, and put that list on your refrigerator or something so that you know you are surrounded by those people and that you can reach out to them if you need help. Because here's the thing, if you are completely alone right now, the thing that you are not getting, that we frequently get in our daily interactions with people, is you are not getting thoughtful responses to whatever stories your brain is creating, right? So those could be positive stories, but they could also be anxiety-ridden stories or stories about, I'm not being productive enough, etc. And if you are experiencing those thoughts in your normal day-to-day life, you might see someone and then you get distracted and your mind moves and it's okay and that story gets let go. But right now, you just there's so much space for that to spin and spin and spin. So what you want to do is you want to create a regular routine where you're regularly checking in with someone. And the reason that it needs to be regular is because even if you're feeling good today, even if you're feeling good tomorrow, creating the habit means that you are continually checking in, you are continuing to monitor where you're at, which is really important for catching when your headspace starts to go into those spirals, into those spins. If anyone is familiar with that, I know I definitely am. So, first tip, some sort of daily connection, and I would tie it to a particular time of day. So every morning or every evening, maybe it's a happy hour every day, whatever it is, every day you're going to connect with someone from the outside world. The second tip that I have is go sweat, like go really sweat in whatever capacity you like, but yoga or go take a really long walk or run or whatever. Do something that's really going to get your heart rate up. And the reason for that from a mindfulness perspective is that too is an opportunity for you to move the focus from inside your head to inside your body. The thing that exercise does is you are literally like, hey, like pay attention to these intense physical sensations that are happening in my body right now, and then your mind has to turn to that. So that is why exercise a little bit, and again, make it small, right? The idea here is to create a routine, and the only way regular routines get created is by creating them in super duper small increments and building on them every day. So 5 minutes. 5 minutes. If you're like, I'm going to exercise 5 minutes, I'm going to do jumping jacks. Jumping jacks and a couple of sit-ups and some push-ups, and then I'm going to like put on my favorite song and dance, every day for 5 minutes. you're golden, right? Because what you're doing now is you're setting yourself up to just arrive there and be there every day. And there might be some days where you go, oh, I could go a little bit longer, and then you'll push a little bit longer, right? And there might be some days where you're like, oh my gosh, I have so many, I have things that I want to do, or I'm feeling XYZ right now, but I know I can show up and at least do 5 minutes, and I'll sort of redirect for those 5 minutes. And my third tip is, and this might sound a little bit contradictory, but create time-bound periods where you can be alone with your thoughts. So that might sound a little bit strange, because right now you probably feel like I'm alone with my thoughts all the time and it's driving me up the wall. I know, I hear you, I got you. But here's the thing, with your time alone with your thoughts, are you doing it in a way that is conscious? Are you doing it in a way that's non-judgmental? Those are questions that I would invite you to ask yourself, because often you may find yourself alone with your thoughts, but you're also sort of distracted. You're on Facebook, you're on the internet, you're having thoughts, but you're also having reactions to them. And that is stimulating and creating stories and anxiety and whatever, what have you. So it's really important that in this period of time where you are so isolated, you want to be checking in with how you're doing, so that you know when you need to reach out for help, when you need to reach out and say, oh, I can feel that I'm realizing that like I'm about to spiral, or oh boy, like I can anticipate that I'm about to head in this direction, so maybe I do need to make a phone call, etc. And a really good way of doing that is by sitting and watching your thoughts without judgment. So there's a couple ways you can do that. You can do that with me and our daily mindfulness practices if you want. You could do that with a journal and writing, and do write without any editing. So just stream of consciousness writing, and don't edit it or read it back later right now. Just like let it come out on the page and notice what arises without judgment. You could also doodle. You could just like sort of draw and notice what's arising in your mind as you're doodling. It could be part of your exercise practice that you're noticing what thoughts are arising. That's fine. But the key here is it's your self-directed time, that it's like, hey, I'm going to check in with my headspace for a little bit every day. So first tip, daily connections with someone that can respond to you, 5 minutes. Exercise, 5 minutes. And then alone time with your thoughts, 5 minutes. So that's 15 minutes. That's a quick 15-minute mindfulness practice that you can throw together every day for yourself, right? You wake up in the morning, you text mom good morning. You stand up, you do 3 sun salutations, and you turn on Lizzo and you jam. And then you sit down with a journal and you write for 5 minutes, and then you move on with your day. 15 minutes. Great. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you try any of those things, let me know. I really love to hear if it's working for you, or if you adjusted it in some way to make it work better for you and what you need right now. And I genuinely wish you well, and I genuinely wish you the patience to just go one day at a time. You're doing great. You really, really are. Wherever you're at, whatever you're experiencing right now, you are killing it. Just being exactly where you are, exactly feeling what you're feeling right now. Have a lovely rest of your day. Have a lovely rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye.